Blessings, beloved. Blessings, blessings. Welcome to Danielle White's Ministries. Listen, I just want to come and let you know that pit that you have been in, that dark place, that pit that you've been in, know that pit is only there to prepare you for your purpose. I know it may seem like things just don't make sense. You're not really understanding. You go through one thing and then you go through another thing and then you go through another thing. And it's just like, Lord, I just got out of this, how I'm in this. And it reminds me of the story of Joseph in the Bible, how he went from his brothers wanting to sell him off, how his brothers wanted to kill him and then sold him off, and then how he ended up in prison, and he just was in all of these pit stops. And I know that going through that, he didn't quite understand. He didn't quite get it. He didn't understand why so many pit stops. Why am I having to go through this? Why am I having to go through that when I am supposed to be my father's favorite child? Like, why is this? Why is this happening to me? So, beloved, I'm come to tell you on today. It may seem like you're going through one pit stop after another pit stop after another pit stop, and it seems like, when is this going to end? It's like a never ending cycle. It's like you keep facing one thing after another. You get rid of one thing, here comes another. It's like it's just like a reoccurring thing. And you like, how is this happening to me so frequently? Ain't I my father's child? Ain't I my father's child? What is going on here? Listen, beloved, I want to come to tell you on today that pit, those pit stops are only preparing you to propel you into your purpose. Those pit stops, that's what they're for. They're only to prepare you to propel you into your purpose. Look what happened to Joseph. He went through all of that and he ended up being the ruler. He ended up being the ruler. People were answering to him, even his brothers that wanted to kill him off. They wanted to kill him. They wanted him dead. They wanted him dead. But they end up selling him off. And he ended up being everything that God, everything, the promise that was on his life. Remember, he was having dreams. He was having dreams. I'm going to be a ruler. He was having dreams. People go answer to me. I'm going to be a king and people go answer to me. He was having those dreams. Those were prophecies that were coming into his life. God was speaking into him. God was letting him know, this is the plan that I have for you. This is what's going to be so in your life, right? And because his brothers were so jealous, and his brothers is like, we can't answer to him. We ain't gonna be answering to him. Like, no, wait a minute. He ended up going through a pit stop, through a pit stop, through a pit stop. Potiphar's wife lied on him. He ended up being thrown in prison. I mean, he went through so much after another, one thing after another. One thing after another he went through. But he eventually got to the place where he was supposed to be, the ruler. He eventually got there. But there were so many pit stops that he had to go through in order to prepare him for where he was going. So, beloved, I want to tell you on today that those pit stops are only your preparation. You're only being prepared for where you're going. You're only being prepared for where God is taking you. You're only being prepared for your promise. The pit stop is for your promise. It's not your destination. It's a place of preparation. It's a place of being prepared, being ready, getting ready for where God is taking you. That pit, it don't last forever. You're just sliding through. It may hurt. It may be hard. in the pit stop. The pit stop may be a little hard. It may be a little greasy. It may be a little it may hurt a little bit. It may be all of these things that come with the pit stop. Being in the pit, in the bottom. It reminds me of like a sewer, like when you're in the sewer and it's wet and it stinks and it's all kind of stuff down there, but you just passing through. The water, it keeps going, and whatever that fell down in the sewer, it just keeps going until it passes on to where it needs to be. You ain't gonna be in that situation forever, beloved. You're just passing through. Because there's a destination for you to be at. You're called to do great things. You're called to do wonderful things. You've had the dream. God has spoke to you. God said this is what it's going to be. But there's pit stops that you have to get to. There's pit stops that you have to go through in order to get you to your promise. So, beloved, I come to tell you on today that pit stop is just preparation to prepare you, to propel you into your promise. It won't be long. It may hurt a little bit. It may be a little stinky. It may be a little wet. It may be all of these little things that come with it. But you're just passing through. You're being prepared for your promise, beloved. I just want to leave that with you on today. I love you. I love you. I love you with the love of the Lord. The Lord loves you. Know that his purposes and his plans, they're okay. They're good. They may not make sense to you, but everything that God does, it makes perfect sense to him. He knows what he's doing. Go through your pits, because you know that you through your pits, you're being prepared for your purpose. I love you all with the love of the Lord. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, interact with me. All of the things, do it. I respond back. And I love you all. Let's conquer the world. Let's conquer the things that God has placed in us to do. Let's do what God has said for us to do. Even though they want to kill us off, even though they want to sell us off, let's do what God has called us to do, because we'll eventually get to where we're supposed to be. I love you. I love you. I love you with the love of the Lord. Be encouraged.